5 weeks ago, we left the UK to head to the Arctic Circle in our home on wheels. We started off driving the length of Sweden into Finland and eventually reaching the one country that has been on our bucket list for years, Norway. Last week, you saw us drive to the most northern part called Nordkapp, and this week you join us as we start our drive through the length of this stunning country. Subscribe and join us as we embark on this trip of a lifetime.
Good morning from a crazy little park up just on the side of the road. This is where we ended up stopping last night after leaving Alta. We're literally only about 15 minutes outside of Alta, making our way down to Tromso. We do have like a 5-hour journey ahead of us. We're not sure if we're going to bang it all in today, but we are on the red for the gas now, so we're sort of cutting it fine. Yesterday was Saturday, so today is Sunday. Everything is shut on a Sunday here, so there's no way I'll be able to get a fitting for the gas, so we may have to check into a campsite tonight just so we can plug in and use the heater on the electric, or we might luck out somewhere and something might be open. But we're going to make our way towards Tromso and just play it by ear. There's not much else we can do, but considering this is just a park up in a lay-by on the side of a road, it really isn't that bad. That is a view to wake up to. We got the sun pouring in the back doors. Honestly guys, all the little concerns about van life mean nothing when you got park ups like this. Good morning, sleepy bum. Good morning, sleepy bum. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Just because I say hello does not mean you have to have a treat every time. I'm allowed to say hello to you. Yes, I am. How's your dressing gown? Nice and warm in the sun? Bit of sunbathing?
This drive down to Tromso has been unbelievable. We're barely speaking because it's just stunning. Everywhere we look, it just gets better and better. It's been eventful. We've had our first bit of rain, which is really weird to see because we've not really had any rain since Denmark. And we've also had our first slip and slide. I'll let Chris tell you a bit more about that in a minute. That was a bit frightening. Woke us up a little bit, that one. But I think we're about to board our very first ferry. Here in Norway, around all these gorgeous fjords, there's lots of different ferries that you can get because it's the only way to cross to another part of Norway. And I think we're about to board our first one because...
Yeah, I can see it, it's down there.
So we don't know how it works. Apparently you just rock up, get on the ferry, they take a picture of your number plate, and then you pay via your little box that you put on your vehicle if you've got one of them, or I think you maybe have to go online to do it. But let's get our first Norwegian ferry down to Tromso.
So they're just unloading at the ferry now, which has just come back to this fjord. But guys, that slip and slide, woohoo! My heart was in its mouth. Going up round the corner, come up over the top, and we just went. We were like going sideways, turned back into it, managed to get that way, and then we were sliding the other way, so the back end was out that way. Frickin' had to pull it back. Oh my god, that was mental.
Luckily no one was coming the other way.
Oh, it was, yeah. Very, very lucky, yeah. So just gonna take it nice and easy, slow it down a little bit. But yeah, this ferry is gonna take us over a big ass bit of water, I think. Let's just hope we fit on the first ferry.
Take the next left to stay on Prima Fylkesveg 91, then take the Svensby Breivik ferry.
Wait for me, Mr. Ferry! Guys, we made it. We're on the second ferry. It's literally like you get off one and you just gotta go, go, go until you hit the next one. We were the last ones on this one as well. We were the last ones on the other one. So I was literally going along like, I could see the ferry, I could see him loading up. I was like, wait for me, I'm coming. It was like something out of a film. We've made it to Tromso. Tromso is the island right behind us over there. We've just gone to check into a campsite and they're fully booked. I didn't know there was that many camper vans out at the moment in the Arctic. We've seen hardly any vans, but obviously they're all in the campsite and there's loads parked over there filling up them spaces. But I've just contacted a guy who is going to come and meet me in a couple of hours time to go and get gas. He should have the fit in, so we're going to go and be able to top up, and then we don't need to go to a campsite, which is great. Currently in an ice rink. It's just a car park, you're not allowed to stay here overnight. Just let Fletcher out for a nice wee, because he has smashed it. We have driven over 5 hours today, including the ferry runs and all that. It's been hellish.
Guys, we are in the heart of Tromsø city right now. It's really weird to think that this whole place is actually an island, but the views around here are unbelievable with the mountains in the background. We are not massive city people. We love being out in the nature and in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to have a nice little brief visit around Tromsø just to say we've been here, pick up a souvenir and hit the road again.
We decided we're just going to go for a spot of lunch now. Where are we going?
We're going to the Hard Rock Cafe.
We're going to go and check it out and see what they do, because we have walked past it coming from the car. But yeah, let's go and enjoy some lunch. Should we just take a minute and appreciate how minging the van is at the moment? She is black. Absolutely disgusting. We need to give her a good clean. She's been very neglected, considering she's been amazing and got us so far on this journey.
So we are still on the island of Tromso, and we've literally just pulled into a caravan shop that we've been recommended to try and find our own adapter for the gas, because as you guys know, we haven't had the adapter you need to get the LPG gas out here, and it would just be handy if we've got one. We've got another like 6-7 weeks in Norway, and we don't want to get caught where you can get LPG but you need the adapter. So Chris is going to see if he can get one. Fingers crossed.
We have the part. We got it from a place called iCaravan here in Tromso. The guys are super friendly in there. It was about 350 NOK, so I have no idea what that is. I'll have to let you know. I think it might work out to be about 20 quid, 25 quid, something like that. But at least we've got it. We don't have to struggle with gas anymore, so let's hit the road, let's get out of Tromso and find a nice little park up. After a little bit of shopping first. Yeah, I know, we're going now. Come on then. Hopefully this will stop our horrible diesel smell we keep getting in the van. So I'm going to push this back on. This is just the fuel return pipe. And then I'm also going to take a bulb out because we're also a couple of bulbs down. So I'll go in and get them while I'm here. That shop is like a van life is heaven. Everything you need for car parts is in there. So I'll be back in a minute.
We are just going over the big Tromso bridge that connects it to the island. I would send the drone up, guys, and give you a really nice panoramic view of Tromso because it's stunning, but there's an airport here and I can also see lots of helicopters around, so it wouldn't be a smart move, but we've enjoyed our time in Tromso. It's time to get back to nature. After a gorgeous night back in the mountains, it was time to head back to Tromso, as tomorrow our good friends are flying out to hire a van to join us for a few days here in Norway.
Good morning from a sunny Tromso campsite. Yes, I have had a haircut. I walked into Tromso last night, just over the big bridge, and got myself a nice haircut. Very, very needed. If you've watched any of our last series, you knew I did grow my hair out last time we were on the road, but this is so much better to maintain. The woman did a good job, so buzzing with that. We're here this morning on the campsite waiting for our friends to pick up their van, which we're super, super excited about, because we're going to spend the next week with them exploring down through Norway into the Lofoten Islands, which is going to be wicked. Sam's finally got some glue to be able to put all of her magnets, postcards, stickers all up on the wall.
Guys, I'm loving it. I mean, considering we've been on the road for 3.5 weeks and travelled like 3,500 miles, I haven't actually got the biggest collection because, as you would have seen, most of our time here we're in the middle of wilderness. There's not many souvenir shops around in the Arctic, but I have got a handful of amazing things that we can put up on our wall for this trip, and I have a feeling we'll have a load more through Norway.
And to think we've been to every place in the van that's on this wall. I'm so grateful that you did this, babe. It's such a good reflection to look back on.
It's so weird sometimes though, isn't it? Because sometimes I look up at this wall and I'm like, did we even be, like, I forget that we even went there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No,
and sometimes like our times were just so short, it might have been just one day of our lives. But it's really nice because it will just take you straight back to that moment.
If we ever sail the van though, I'm actually going to have to cut this bit of the wall out and redo it, I think, because it's so sentimental to us now that we definitely cannot just leave it. And I'm sure the next person who has this van isn't going to want that. But I'm not hoping to get rid of her anytime soon. Olive has been an absolute trooper, and I just love our home on wheels.
Guys, we're on our very first ferry with Katie and Phil. We've just brought our morning coffee up here and just seen hundreds of dolphins. That's not even an exaggeration. There's so many. Like Phil said, we're on a free fjord cruise right now, watching the dolphins.
Just got to embrace it. Well, this was a proper ferry ride. We actually had to leave Fletcher down in the hold, which we don't like doing really, but it worked out all right. I think the ferry ride's been about half an hour. Go in there, you have to turn the gas off on the van. We've now arrived at our next island. I'm not actually sure, I think it's like 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗧 or something like that. But we're gonna take the 4-hour drive now to the north part of Lofoten Islands, which we are really, really excited to explore.